Welcome to this Pilates workout. We're going to be doing reformer inspired today. So you don't need a mat to start with. You'll need a floor that you can kind of like glide and slide on, and some socks that are slippery. I have my mat nearby because we are going to use it though in a little bit. So let's get started. We're going to start with kind of like footwork on the reformer. So standing in our normal squat position, feet about hip distance apart, and we'll start just by sitting back in our squat and standing up. As always, starting with our breathing, in through the nose and out through pursed lips. That starts to turn on our deep inner unit core muscles, so pelvic floor, diaphragm, etc. And thinking of our neutral spine, something I would tell my clients on the reformer when we're doing footwork like this. So that's just the natural curve of your spine. One more here. So now we're going to walk our feet out a little bit wider. Toes slightly turn out. Same idea with our squats. So knees are pointing in the same direction as our toes, keeping our neutral spine, our nice long neck. And as I always tell my clients on the reformer, doesn't matter when you're inhaling or exhaling, just as long as you are with each move. Start making that mind-muscle connection. So think of your glutes working as you press through the floor to stand up. Think of your quads working, inner thighs and outer glutes. One more here. So now we will do our Pilates V. This is a classical Pilates position. Our heels are together, our inner thighs are joined, our toes are slightly turned out in a V position, and then sitting down and standing up. So you probably won't get the same range of motion just because, anatomically speaking, with our hips and everything in this position, you won't get as deep down. When you come up, think of zipping those inner thighs together. For 4, 3, 2, last one. So now we'll do running or prancing as it used to be called in classical Pilates. So feet about hip distance apart. We're going to reach one heel up and then switch, other heel lifts and switch. So now we call it running. It used to be called prancing, but it got a little bit of a rebrand. And really think of lifting that heel high, flexing through the foot, waking up our toes, and really good for our ankles. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do both heels lifting. So lifting, and lowering. If you have something nearby to hold on to, that's a good idea. We're just going to do 6 more. And 5, 4, 3. Get those heels up for that nice ankle articulation. 2, and 1. Alrighty. So we're going to do some legs reformer style. Some lunging. I'm going to start with my left leg is going to stay planted. And what I'm going to do is lunge back with my right, so it's gliding along the floor, and then sweeping up, standing up. So I'm going down nice and low, standing up nice and tall. If you want to hold on to something, you can. So most of our weight is in, trying to do this as I turn to the camera and not fall over. Most of our weight is in our left leg, the leg that isn't sliding. We are really pressing through that heel. Think of pressing your foot through the floor to turn on your butt. The sliding leg is just kind of sliding along there, working as a kickstand. For 4 here. 3, 2. Last one. Now we're going to stay low, and we're just going to drive that leg in and out, in and out. Stay as low as you can. Hopefully you are pressing through that left heel, feeling your left butt working, maybe your quad as well. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up. Whew, take a little breather. We're not done with that leg. So turning a little bit here. I'm going to keep, again, my left leg still. My right leg's going to be doing the gliding. So I'm going to sit back in my left leg, slide out my right, and then stand up. So it is like I am sitting back in a chair behind my right butt cheek and standing. You don't have to do these arms if you don't want. I'm just adding on a little bit. We don't have too many arm exercises today. Also gets the blood pumping a little bit more and the cardio going. For 3, 2. Last one. Now again, we're going to stay down low, just skate that right leg in and out, in and out. Breathing through that burn. You got it. For 5, 4, stay down. 3, 2, last one. Coming up. Whew, we'll give that left leg a little break. We're going to do the same thing on the right side now. So, try and catch my breath. Right leg's going to stay still. Left leg's going to lunge back and down. Right leg, and then you stand up. So, my right foot's not moving, but my right knee is bending and straightening. Now I have most of my weight in my right foot, or my right leg, and I'm really trying to press my right foot through the floor. Use that breath. And our core is engaged. So that means if somebody was going to come and punch your stomach, it is tight. When you exhale, we've got 4 more here. And 3. Keep that neck nice and long. 2. Last one. Now we stay down and we are just skating that left leg in and out. So my neck is long. I'm not looking forwards and bending my neck. Using my breath. Pressing through that full right foot. Keep stabilized. For 3, 2, and 1. Standing up. Give it a little breather before we do our side skaters. Oh, I need to catch my breath. So now, again, right leg's going to be the one that plants. Left leg's going to be sliding in and out. Sitting down, sliding left leg out. And then coming in, standing up. Again, if you want to add your arms, reaching as you slide out. And then bring them back by your sides as you stand up. For some reason, I'm finding it a little bit harder to slide on this foot. I think I'm putting more weight on my left foot. So it's making it harder to slide. We've got 4 more here. And 3, 2. Last one like this, then we're going to stay down. So stay down, and then we're skating that left leg out and in. Try to keep low. Pick a spot on the floor and stare at it. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna get my mat out now because we're gonna be lying down. Let me know if you like this new setup in this kind of position instead of against the other wall. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what's kind of nicest visually while also still fitting on the camera screen and getting my whole body in the shot. So, okay, coming on to our mat, we are going to do some abs, but we'll start kind of easier. So let's find our tabletop position. So our legs are in tabletop, our neutral spine. Make sure you have enough room around you that you can reach your arms in an arc around you. We're going to start with arms up. So this would be, if you've done reformer, it's like your hands are in the straps. I want you to think of that. So pretend you're holding your straps, and we're just going to lower our arms down and then reach them up. And since we're not actually holding straps, we can reach up overhead, come back, and down by your side. Up and over, and down by your side. So the hard part here is keeping our spine in that neutral position without our ribs popping up, without our back starting to flatten. We're just going to do 2 more here. Last one. So now we're going to do our T arms. This would be like our arms are out in a T, and so we're holding those straps. Arms come in by our side and out to our T. In by our sides, out to our T. If you start feeling fatigued through your core, like maybe your low back is feeling it, or your hip flexors, that is normal if you aren't used to doing this move or these moves for extended periods of time. It just means we need to work on your core strength because you are probably recruiting like your hip flexors and other muscles. For 3, 2, and 1. And then you can just rest your feet for just a second. So now we're going to add some crunches. Again, we're going to pretend like we're holding our straps in our hands. Prepare with an inhale. As you exhale, nod your chin to your chest, come up in your crunch. Draw that core in. Remember, our core is like an accordion. We're thinking bottom rib cage coming towards belly button, pubic bone coming up towards belly button as we kind of crunch up. And then inhaling, relaxing back down. Our accordion opens back up. Exhaling, closing our accordion. Inhaling back down. Belly button draws in as you lift. And you can stay here if you want. Sorry, my bra band area is just annoying me. Okay. You can stay here if you want. If you do want to add on, when you come up, you can extend one leg out and then alternating. All the while working on keeping our neutral spine. So our ribs are coming down. Our low back is staying in that natural curve off the mat. Four more here. And 3, 2. Last one. Take a little breather. You can hug your knees in or sway them side to side. Couple options for the next move. We're going to get back into that Pilates V position. So how this starts is neutral spine, legs are in tabletop. You're going to open your knees, bring your heels together, toes apart, so my feet are making a V. My knees are about shoulder width apart, so I'm not just letting them like flop open to the sides. Option 1 is legs go out, arms come down, and you zip those inner thighs together. You're making your V with your feet, and then you're bringing them back in. with your head staying down, shoulders are staying down on the mat. You can do these arms or not. You can, if you find this hard, press your arms into the mat and just do your Pilates V in and out. A little bit extra challenge, nodding your chin to your chest, curling up, stay up in your crunch and do the legs. So I like to inhale as I reach my legs, exhale to come in. My chin is off of my chest. And I'm kind of looking at like my feet almost. We've got 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Hug it in. You can drop your knees, sway them side to side. We have 1 more move. So this is for our obliques. So I will show you the first one and then you can join me. So legs are coming back up to tabletop. I want you to think as if you are holding a speared strap in your left hand. And now you're also going to put your right hand in your strap. Prepare with an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to reach both hands over your right hip. And we're going to keep working this side. Head comes down, arms come back up. So now we're going to reach over to that right side still and back up. So what I'm thinking of is I am twisting. I think I'm trying to bring my left shoulder towards my right hip. We've just got 4 more on this side because we're going to add on 3, 2, last 1. Then I'm going to give you a couple options. We're going to come up, we're going to hold on the side here. So I'm still thinking of twisting, reaching towards that right hip. Option 1 is just holding and kind of doing little pulses, reaching. Option 2, left leg comes out and we are pulsing. Twist, get those obliques working for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax back down. You can drop your knees if you need, or drop your feet if you need to. You can do the same thing on the other side. So legs up in tabletop. Now I'm thinking of I'm reaching for my right strap, my right hand. My left hand's also grabbing on. Nod my chin to my chest, reach up, and I'm always reaching over to my left side now. Really twisting my torso, wringing it out like a sponge or something, like a towel. And as I'm doing this, my lower body is staying still, so my knees aren't moving, my hips aren't moving. Got 4 more, and then we have those fun little pulses for 3, 2, and 1. At any time, if this is too much, you can drop your feet down. Now we're staying up. Again, you can do little just pulses here, or you can reach your right leg out, pulse and reach and twist for 6, 5, 4, keep breathing, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that was hard for me to talk through. I don't know about you guys. And then just take your feet nice and wide on your mat, and we'll just do a little bit of hip sways for those hip flexors. Okay, so now if you've done reformer, you're going to think like your feet are in the straps. If you haven't done reformer, just follow my lead. Let's start with level 1 will be feet on the ground. Neutral spine, arms pinned down by your side. Lifting your right leg up, reach your right leg towards the ceiling. I want you to think of your right leg like a pencil right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down through center, out and around, and come back up. So you are drawing circles on the ceiling with your pencil leg as nice and smoothly as you can. And you're making them as big as you can while maintaining your pelvic and core control. So I am not wobbling all over the place. If you want to make this harder, left leg comes to tabletop as you do this. Now our circles might get smaller to maintain that control through your core. And we're just going to do one more in this direction. And then we're going to reverse it. So circles the other way. So clockwise or counterclockwise, whichever is the opposite of what you were doing. And then check in with your left leg, the one that's not moving. Is it not moving or is it moving around? At any time, drop that leg down to work on the control. For 2 here. Last one. Nice. And then we'll just do a little stretch through that leg. So as if you had the strap on, and then you can just do a gentle tug in here, either on your hamstring or on your calf, whatever feels nice. And then you can just roll your ankle a couple times in both directions. Okay, switching to the other side. So now we're going to plant that right foot down. Left leg's going to reach up to our best vertical. Again, think of it like a pencil. Hopefully I have room here. And now I'm going to go down through center, and I'm going to have to move around so that I don't hit the wall. Okay. Down through center, out and around and up. Down through center, out and around and up. Really think of your thigh bone moving around your hip socket nice and smoothly and fluidly in a nice controlled circle. Again, lifting right leg to tabletop for more of a core challenge. 2 more in this direction, and then we're going to switch. Last one. And then other way. This is one of the exercises that's actually harder to do on the mat and easier on the reformer, because on the reformer you have some assistance with the strap instead of just gravity kind of pulling your leg around. Two more here. And then you can drop your right foot down if it's up, and we'll do that little stretch, a few ankle curls. Okay, we're gonna do corkscrew. This is a toughie. So I'll give you a couple options, but let's have our arms out into a T, and you're gonna press into your arms to help you here. Legs are coming up to your best vertical. We're gonna start to drop our legs slightly towards the left. So my right butt cheek is slightly lifted. I'm gonna go down and around, like I'm making a happy face here, coming up to my right side. So now my left butt cheek's off the mat, and then we're gonna go back down and around. So we're not doing a circle. We're doing like a horseshoe, or like almost a circle. Press into your arms. So with this one, you want to keep your bra band on the mat. We're not lifting our shoulder blades. If this is too much, you can have knees bent and think of drawing your knees around in that circle. We're still kind of getting one butt cheek off the mat at a time as we move around, and we're using our deep low core here. Use your breath. We're going to do one more each way. Whew, I have got the shaky shakies. And around and back. Nice. Okay. We will roll on to our stomachs now. So again, you want to make sure you have enough room around that you're not going to hit anything for us to arc our arms. So hopefully I have room here. Okay. We'll start with our arms up in a V. Head is down on the mat. Feet are going to stay down. Let's prepare with an inhale. As you exhale, engage that core so nice and tight. Hover your head. Lift your arms, hovering them. Sweep your arms by your side. Palms are staying face down towards the ground, and then sweeping your arms back up. I have to move a little bit. So sweeping and back to your V. If you want to rest your head down each time when you come back up, you can, and then lift up and sweep. Or for that added challenge, just keep hovering and sweeping. Feet are down, as I said. Hips are pressed in to the mat, but our core is nice and tight. For 4. Long neck here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna do a little swan. So if you were thinking like your hands were on the foot bar, if you know reformer, otherwise just have your hands kind of down at about shoulder height, palms on the mat. We're gonna keep, again, our feet down, our hips on the mat. Prepare with an inhale. As you exhale, you can just start by doing a little hover. So just lifting your chest for the first one. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, you could start maybe pressing up a little bit more, maybe doing like a little baby cobra. Inhaling down. Then you can work on exhaling. If it's safe for you and your back, you can press up, lowering back down with control. Exhaling up. Feet are staying on the mat and down. Think of opening your chest. And I've been doing this for a long time, so I can do this, getting up, no problem. But maybe this is newer to you. I don't expect you to get up this high. I also just have really good like back mobility in this way. I think it's kind of my partial scoliosis. Neck is long, so I'm not creasing it. Let's just do 2 more here. And last one. Okay, that was our nice little break before we get back into some tough abs. So I'm actually going to fold my mat just about part ways here because we're going to come back to it in a second. Okay, so we are going to do some sliding plank type moves. You can do this on your forearms. I'm just going to do it on my hands. I find it actually a little bit easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up into our high plank, and then we're going to do some pikes. So core is engaged. We're drawing our shoulder blades together, making sure we're not locking our elbows. And then we're going to drag our feet in, pike up, kind of drag them in as much as you can, and then sliding back. Piking up and sliding back. And I don't have really the slipperiest socks or floor for this, but you get the idea. And back. Really think of drawing in your low belly for these pikes. Just 3 more. 3, 2, kind of sliding here. Last one. And then just take a little breather. I think the next one will be a little bit easier to slide around if you were struggling like me. When I practiced these, it worked better, but I don't know. For some reason that didn't work as well this time. Okay, so now, actually I think I'm going to come onto my forearms, give my wrists a little break. But you can come up onto your hands still as normal. Coming out into our plank, and we're just going to do one leg drawing in at a time now. So you're thinking of drawing that knee towards the same side elbow. Keep breathing. Neck is long. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully lower your knees down. Okay, one more move here. I'm just going to give my wrists a little break. I'm really hoping my wrists get back to being stronger when I'm not picking up my son as much because he's still, I'll tell you when all we're doing this. Okay, so we're gonna do our Spider-Man ones. So your choice if you want to do hands or forearms coming out. So now we're gonna do kind of same knee to elbow back in, but it's like a side crunch. Our Spider-Man ones, as we call them. My son still hasn't figured out to, like, when I pick him up, to like wrap his legs around me. So it's like a lot on me to hold him, and my wrists are still doing a lot of the work, I feel like. 6, 5, use that core in your breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now, actually, I'm going to keep my mat kind of half folded here so that I can slide nicely. So we're going to do a little bit of stretching. First one we're going to do is our Z twist or Z twist. I'm in Canada, I'm Canadian, so we say Z. But so my legs, I don't know why we call this really a Z, but I'm sitting so that my right shin is parallel to the side. My left shin is perpendicular to it. You can kind of see here. My hands, you can just do clasp your hands or however feels good. We're going to twist towards the left. So I'm twisting away from my feet. My legs are staying still, and I'm just working on twisting my torso. On the reformer, when we do this, we have the resistance on, so it's a really good core workout, but today we're just doing it like a kind of a stretch, some mobility work, because it's good to move our torso in all these different planes of motion. We don't really take the time to twist that much. Just 2 more. Last one. So now we're going to keep in this same position. We're going to do our mermaid. So I'm going to have my left hand on the floor. My right arm is going to come up. And you can stay here. You can just reach over if you want. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can slide your left hand out and really get a side stretch here. And then coming back up. We'll do that 2 more times. So you can kind of slide out, take a nice long side body reach. 1 more like this. We're going to add on. So side body reach. And then if you want, you can twist. So place your right hand on the mat as well. And then you can press away, dropping your head down if that's comfortable for you, and kind of your chest down. If that's too much, just kind of stay up in this nice twist position. Really nice for the back, the low back, side body to get a stretch. This is one of my very favorites. And then we'll come up, twisting out, and we'll twist once on this side. So I'm going to place my right hand down kind of by my right foot. Left arm's going to reach up, and we're just going to do a couple little pulses here, reaching and twisting, or side bending, sorry, for 3, 2, and 1. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to turn my feet. So now my feet are to my left side, and I'm holding my hands in together, and now I'm twisting to my right. So I am twisting away from my feet. If I should have done 2 on the other side. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can put something like a block or something underneath your knees if that makes it feel better for some people. Or you can just do this sitting normal cross-legged, crisscross applesauce. Just 2 more like this. And last one. And then now we will do our mermaid. I'm just going to move my mat so I have some room. Okay. So now taking a nice big reach up and over to my right side, side bending, getting that left side body stretch, and coming up, and we'll do that 2 more times to be even on as the other side. Reach and up. And then this one, our third one, we're going to reach over. If it's comfortable for you, turn your chest, place that left hand down, and then again, you can kind of fully go down to the mat if that's comfortable. If not, Again, find where it's comfortable for you. Maybe your forearms are down, but your chest is kind of up. And then coming up, reaching that left hand now towards your left foot, and we'll do our little side bends here, just pulsing it out for a couple, for 2, and 1. So thank you for joining me for this reformer-inspired mat Pilates workout. Let me know what you think of filming here. I'm not too sure what's best. And let me know if you liked this, if you want to see more kind of this style, if you want me to go back to the weights or other moves. As always, you can like and subscribe here. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm on TikTok now, all the places, and I hope to see you next time.